Happy Monday, friends. Chief Meteorologist Nick Lilia here with a detailed look at the forecast as we head through this week. This is recorded on February 11th of 2019. 24-hour temperature change as the wind blows, the temperature goes. We're a little bit warmer today than we were yesterday. Maybe not like in the Pine Belt, but regionally speaking, we're doing a lot better. Somewhere between about 5 to 10 to maybe even 15 degrees warmer than we were yesterday. The reason is because we've got an area of low pressure out here curlicuing around. This is over the Texas Panhandle. How about I use the right thing? Right over the Texas Panhandle out here. So we're just pumping in moisture off the Gulf of Mexico right in our region, and you can see where it's meeting up with all the cold air back here. That's where we're dealing with showers and actually a fair amount of rain back there as well. I think they've already picked up to 4 and even 5 inches of rain in some places across parts of Arkansas, Texas, and Oklahoma. As we head through the next couple of hours, 12 to 18 hours, that's going to be sliding through our neck of the woods. We're going to go over that quickly and then get into some more fun stuff. As you head through overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning, here we are at 4 a.m. A couple of showers, even some rumbles of thunder out there if you're up early enough. The line that's going to roll through, I think, is actually going to sharpen up as it crosses over I-59. So you could see some stronger thunderstorms. The chance for severe weather is looking pretty low. It's not going to be zero, unfortunately, but pretty low. The threat for a tornado is going to be pretty low. If we do see a tornado for tomorrow, which is a pretty big if, I think the percentage is down below 2%. It's not great. If you get one tomorrow, it would be an EF0 or EF1. It would be brief. It would be weak. Probably wouldn't be on the ground for very long at all, 5, maybe 10 minutes. But Patrick will be here in the morning. Take care of you guys. He'll be watching it closely. I think as we move through the rest of the morning, that was at 7 a.m., I think by lunch. So again, if you got plans tomorrow morning, if you can put them off into the afternoon, I think you're looking okay. By lunch, we just have like the drizzly stuff that we got outside today. And by the evening, things looking good. If you got dinner plans tomorrow night, don't cancel them. Or if you've got kids got stuff going on, don't cancel practice or anything thinking that there's going to be severe weather. Because if we do see any rain or storms, it's going to be in the morning, probably before 10 a.m. For kids that have to go out to the bus stop, I would urge parents to double check the radar and just make sure they're okay to go out there. I don't want kids standing out in the rain or a thunderstorm, particularly a thunderstorm. Kids can handle rain. You give an umbrella, they're fine. But it's thunderstorms that I worry about the kids. Wednesday's looking pretty good. Clouds start to roll back in as we head through the day on Thursday. Here's where things get interesting, and we're going to have some fun here for the next couple of minutes. Here's the next trough that shows up in the area. Let me fix that line a little bit. The next trough that shows up in the area. This is going to make for some, not this first one, but this trough as it kind of exits out of the region. There we go. You guys can actually see that. As that kind of cruises out of here, we're going to get some pretty dry air back in behind it. I think Wednesday is looking pretty dry. Before Thursday, we start to see a couple of extra clouds, and then our next system comes racing this direction as we head through the day on Friday. The GFS here has this pretty robust trough. If so, it will put a cold front through here and have some better chances for thunderstorms on Friday. I'm not completely sold on that quite yet. It would also warm us up a whole lot more than the forecast right now. I'm not buying that yet either. What's more interesting than any of that is something that very subtly happened within this 500 millibar map. I want you guys to keep your eyes on what's happening down here, while simultaneously what's happening up here. We're going to get a shove of some colder air from Canada that's going to come diving south, while simultaneously this elongated area of higher pressure from the Pacific all the way out into the open Atlantic across the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean. Watch what happens with this as we head through Sunday and into Monday. Notice that we transition. We at one time had a stronger ridge here. We transition all of that to over here. We elbow out in the higher levels into parts of New Mexico. As this cold air dives south in here, at the higher levels in the atmosphere, we elbow out over here, which means we get into a west-southwesterly flow that's kind of swinging through here. I know this is a lot of lines. Hang with me here. Simultaneously, we're going to end up with the flow around, again, because ridges of high pressure, they go like this. They spin clockwise. The main flow around this is shoving warm air, warm, very moist air, into our area. So we've got the cold air from Canada coming down. We've got the warm air from the Gulf of Mexico coming north. We've got a trough elbowing out back off to our west with a southwesterly flow. Stop me if you've heard this story before, South Mississippi. Before we get there, just hang tight. I want to show what that maybe looks like down at the surface. I know it's up at 18,000 feet, 500 millibars. You're probably going, what does this even translate to? It translates to this. Your area of high pressure, recall, was kind of out over here, remember? And we're kind of rolling everything, and we're pushing moisture this direction. The oranges and the reds that you see on this map, this is the PWAD, precipitable water. That's the moisture. That's more moist air at the surface. Well, there you go. You just shoved a whole bunch of red right into the Gulf Coast. While at the same time, you're shoving a whole bunch of cold underneath that. You're digging some cold out underneath that. Here come the temperatures. 70 on Sunday, say this forecast model. I don't have us quite that warm. Monday, 46 in the morning, 38 in the afternoon, and 30 degrees by Tuesday morning. You may say to yourself, well, wow, that means it's going to snow, right, Nick? No, not necessarily, because you got to look at the weather above us. So here we are Sunday night. Take a look at these temperatures. Up at 4,000 feet, we're at 50 degrees. Well, we're at 60, so says this model down at the surface. Okay, now we're down at 40 at the surface, but we're still almost 50 aloft. Now we're down at 38. Well, we're still 42 here and 44 here. The reason? Well, we've got a south wind coming off the Gulf of Mexico higher up, despite the fact that the cold front has already moved through our area. So we're cooling things down at the surface while simultaneously keeping things warm aloft. We can run this through to Tuesday morning. Again, it's going to be 30 down at the surface, but we're still above freezing here, above freezing here. We may still have to be worrying about precipitation at this point, but because we're above freezing, we would be talking about ice pellets or sleet, and maybe not necessarily snow. How much are we talking about? Well, here's your precip showing just regular rain, regular rain, regular rain. A good, cold, annoying rain. It's the game we play here in South Mississippi, unfortunately. No matter how cold it looks like on the surface, sometimes you got to dig deep into the data and find that, unfortunately, it's not what you were hoping for. You're probably going to see some stuff floating around on social media, don't get me wrong. I record this on Monday. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this all week long. But just know, as you see that, and new data comes in, things may change. But as you see that, it's more than just looking at the temperature and saying, oh, it's 35 and there's precipitation, must be snow. Because unfortunately, we're going to end up with that south wind off the Gulf of Mexico because of that area of high pressure, roping stuff in. And it's going to be real tough for us to get some snow in here, unfortunately. So I just wanted to head that one off before it got any further. I'm not trying to kill dreams, but you guys know me. I just try and keep it real. So that's a look at the forecast as of Monday. If needed, I will do an updated detailed forecast a little bit later this week. Of course, you can catch updates all week long on the news, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and you can follow us all on Facebook for the latest. See you guys on the news tonight.